Hi friends, it's story time. Today we have a book about going to bed. It's called No Monsters Here. It's by Sharon Jennings and Ruth Owie. Wait a minute. It looks like this child is tucking in Daddy. And even though the title is saying No Monsters Here, I think I see one behind the bed. Do you see it? It doesn't look very fierce or scary. There's a big one and a little one. Can you see them? Let's find out what happens. I don't know why. Oh, this is very cute, what I'm about to show you. Look at the end pages in this book. I guess those are the monsters, but they don't look very scary. They look adorable. They're eating cookies and tiptoeing around. I think if I saw a monster like this, I would not feel very scared. No Monsters Here. The title page looks a lot like the cover. On the first page, it says, "My father does not want me to go to bed. He is afraid of monsters." That's kind of funny. Usually the grown-ups do want the kids to go to bed. And the kids are usually afraid of monsters, not the daddies. Look at Daddy's body language. He's kind of all crunched up. And the child does not look afraid at all. The child is jumping around. I don't think that kid is ready for bed right now, do you? It's jumping. Let's see. What could this be about? Oh, you're not going to believe it. Look at this. We can see into the kitchen. We see a big monster and a little monster. But in the other room are the people. I think they can't see the monsters from where they're sitting. The words say, "Every night when it starts to get late, my father looks at the clock. 'I think that clock is broken,' he says. 'It isn't time for bed. You can stay up a bit longer.' 'But I want to go to bed,' I tell him. 'I am very, very tired.'" Do you say that to your parents at bedtime? Do you say, "I want to go to bed"? I didn't when I was a kid. I never wanted to go to bed. I didn't want to miss anything. Well, here on this page it says, "My father takes me to the kitchen. 'Would you like another cookie?' he asks. 'I've had enough cookies,' I tell him. 'I want to go to sleep.'" This is kind of the opposite of what usually happens at bedtime, where the grown-ups are saying, "No more cookies, it's time for bed." And the kids are saying, "Yes, more cookies. I don't want to go to bed." Usually. We stand at the bottom of the stairs. It's dark at the top. My father sighs, a very big sigh. "I will hold your hand," I tell him. You can see the monsters are waiting at the top. It looks like the big monster might be saying shh to the little monster who's trying to look scary. Even though the baby monster is making a fierce face, they still don't look too scary, right? At my bedroom door, my father asks, "Wouldn't you like to sleep in my room tonight?" "No," I say, "I like my own room best." The daddy really wants company. The daddy is very nervous of the monsters. I turn on my light and I look around. "You can come in now," I let my father know. But he shakes his head no. He is afraid of monsters. We can see that there are monsters, right? Are those monsters really there, or are they in someone's imagination? I don't know. The little kid is not afraid at all. I'm not sure. This is one of those stories where I'm not sure if the kid is a girl or a boy. They haven't really said yet, I don't think. Look under the bed, my father says. So I do. There's nothing there but toys. No monsters here, I tell him. Can you see how the monsters are just moving away from under the bed when the kid is looking under the bed? And maybe they're going to go back under the bed when the kid stops looking under the bed. These monsters are so tricky. Over it says, on this page, look in the closet, my father says. So I do. There's nothing there but clothes. No monsters here, I tell him. Can you see where the monsters are? These monsters are really good at hiding. Do you ever feel like you have monsters in your room that are hiding? I used to think that. Well, look behind the curtains, my father says. So I do. There's nothing there but the night. No monsters here, I tell him. Look under the covers, my father says. So I do. There's nothing there but me. I am not a monster, I tell him. It's fun to look on each page and see where the monsters are hiding. The monsters are around. My father takes giant steps to jump onto the bed. Now we can read a story, I tell him. Don't pick a scary one, my father says. I think he's jumping on the bed so that his feet won't go too close to the underneath part. We finish our book. Please, my father says, just one more story? No, I tell him, one story is enough. That's what my parents used to say to me at bedtime when it was getting later and later. I kiss my father and I say goodnight. I tell him he can leave the door open just a little bit. I'll hear you if you need me in the night, I tell him. Here we are. There goes Daddy, right past the monsters. They look like they might be sneaking downstairs. So the Daddy is going into his own room. I listen as my father goes back downstairs. He's all alone, and he's afraid of monsters. I am alone too. I think this kid is rethinking the plan of sleeping separately. I go downstairs to find my father. I sigh a very big sigh. Maybe I will have one more cookie, I tell him. And I'll read you one more story. Do you see the monsters in the background? They're having cookies too. That's a great story. It's kind of like the kid and the parent were switching places, and the parent was afraid and the kid was brave. But sometimes kids are scared and parents are brave, and sometimes parents are brave and kids are scared. Sometimes people are scared and brave at the same time. Did you know that? Being brave is when you're scared, but you do something anyway. I try to be brave when I can. Thanks for coming to Story today. I'll read you another one on another day. See you then. Bye.